I have good news, I have bad news, and I have embarrassing news. But first, let me give you the backstory. You may well know that my partner in crime for the last 20 years has been a dude called Graham Inglis. He's a Hawkwind fan, he's my best friend, and he's a very strange fellow. But we have been making films together and doing all sorts of other exciting things for a long time. In the middle of October, Graham and I went to Southampton to film Jefferson Starship, supported by the mighty Auburn, at a venue called The Grove. We filmed them on a Sony PD-150 broadcast quality camera and 3 handheld Averias. The little camera is made by JVC that we have used to make films all over the world, in jungles, in mountains and in deserts. The filming was successful and we came back with a lot of material. That's the backstory. Now, I told you at the beginning that there was good news, there was bad news, and there was mildly embarrassing news. Let's get the bad news over first. We took the footage home and we transferred it all onto the CFZ TV computers. Then for the next few weeks we were involved in an exhibition at Barnstable Museum and we had a student with us. So it was 3 or 4 weeks before we came around to being able to do the editing. The morning we were going to do the editing, we came onto the computers and we found that one of the drives had crashed. Yes, the drive that had failed was the one that contained all the Southampton footage. That's the bad news. Now for the embarrassing news. We have been bemoaning the fact that we had lost the footage for nearly a month. We have been doing our best to try and think of workarounds, and it was only when, a couple of days ago, we were looking at our cameras in order to edit our monthly web TV show On the Track that we discovered something rather nice. Graham and I had been too silly, too lazy and too preoccupied to have taken the Southampton footage off. That's the unfortunate news, or the embarrassing news. Graham and I are not very efficient. But the good news is we haven't lost the footage after all. There's no data of any significance at all having been lost in the computer crash, and we are now in a position, as soon as we get around to it, to start editing all the footage from Southampton to make it a really cool, cohesive whole. This we're going to be doing over the next week or so, and we're also going to be sending copies of all the Jefferson Starship footage to one of the nice guys who works for the band, who's also said that we can have their high-definition footage of the gig. Hopefully that means also that I'm going to be able to get hold of a soundboard tape of both bands. So, Auburn fans and Jefferson Starship fans who've been watching the Gonzo Daily Blog every day for the last 6 weeks, waiting for something to happen, well, it's just about to. Watch this space.